What's up, y'all? This your girl, Boss Celine Unique, back at you again from Ambitious Hustlers Pod with another positive message. If you about to buy a car, or if you thinking about buying a car, even if you thinking about trading your car in, you do not need a down payment. I'm going to say this again. You do not need a down payment. Down payments are pointless. Down payments do not guarantee you're going to be able to get the car you want. What guarantees you're going to get the car you want is many factors, but one of the most important factors is your credit. It's just what it is. There's no way around it. The reason why I wanted to share with you guys that you do not need a down payment to purchase a car is simply because I had to learn this the hard way. I used to go and buy cars and take a few $1,000s to put down. And I realized they make so much money off of us consumers because of what we do not know. What you do not know, it can hurt you. I don't care what anyone says, because if you knew you didn't have to give the down payment, you just put out money you didn't have to put out when you could have just kept that and put that money towards something else. But anywho, if you don't believe me about the down payment, look at your statement. If you're currently paying on the car today, so many of us are. If you're currently paying on the car, look at your auto loan statement. Go all the way back to the date of purchase and show yourself. I can't say show me because YouTube doesn't have a photo option where you can upload photos and comments. That's what I'm saying. Show yourself where it says that down payment, whether it was $1,500, $3,500, $6,000, $10,000. When I hear the numbers, like the amounts of how much people are really going out here and putting down on vehicles, I'm like, you could start a business with that. What? But anyway, if you go back to the date of purchase on the vehicle, on your auto loan, right? See if you see that down payment going towards the auto loan itself. What dealerships do, they prey on the credit conscious. They can tell when you credit conscious, just how you move and how you walk. If you go into a dealership and you say, look, man, I want to buy this Dodge right here. I want to buy this Mercedes G-Wagon right here. The first thing they're going to ask you is, what's your credit score? And they're going to want to run your credit score. They do not have to run your credit score to give you a quote. All you have to do is tell them to assume good credit. Assume that you have a good score. That's it. Tell them, yeah, I got a score up in the 700, 800s, even if you do not, so that you can see how much this car is if you have great credit and if you don't have great credit. Because the only difference is if your credit isn't where you need it to be to get the car that you want, is the interest rate, not a down payment. A down payment does not guarantee you the car you want. However, the dealerships know that you don't know this. So what they say is, I'm trying to get you in this car, but how much money can you put down? They're looking right at the computer, and all these banks popped up and told them what they're willing to offer you and how much they're going to tax you, how much interest they're going to smack on your head, because you're going to pay interest. Anytime you get a loan from someone, you're going to pay that interest, baby. I try to let so many of my peers know this because I had to learn this the hard way. You do not need a down payment. What I did, and this is what I did to purchase my business work truck, right? What I did was I went through the credit union. If you are with a credit union, I'm sure they have auto loans. And if your credit union don't offer auto loans, it's perfectly fine. Join one that does. It's simple. But I went through my credit union, and since I already had good history with them, they approved me for a certain amount. I took the pre-approval into the dealer, and the dealer said to me, well, this is good, but pre-approvals don't mean nothing. I said, fine. All the bank needs to see is what kind of car I'm trying to buy, and they'll just go ahead and cut the check for me for this, particular vehicle. And that's what the credit union did. They seen what kind of vehicle I wanted to purchase, and they cut the check for me. I've done this twice. I did it. I had a 2016 Chevy Camaro. To this day, I have a 2017 Chevy Camaro, but the 2016 was a hard top. I went through my credit union to purchase this because when I went to the dealerships, all of them were trying to keep run my credit, and they wanted me to give them a down payment. And I went to a dealership in Maryland, and the guy, I'm like, God has some good people out here. I will definitely say this. Because he asked me, was I with a credit union? And I was like, yeah, I'm with Navy Federal. He said, get out of here. Get on the phone with Navy Federal. Go home, get on the phone with them. Let them know how much this car is. And go through them because the interest rate is going to be a whole lot lower. He didn't say, do you have a down payment? He advised me to go through my credit union, and that's what I did. I went through my credit union, and before I did that, I was looking at I think it was like a 2009 or 2010 Camaro. Was a convertible. I was pressed for it, y'all. I was so pressed. Before I even went through the bank, what ended up happening was I would have had to put a down payment down, guys. I would have had to do that. I didn't want to put no down payment down. But once I went through Navy Federal, it was, this is the money. We're going to cut you the check. They sent the check next day. On what was that? Yeah, it was next day through, I think it was UPS. They sent the next day to my home. I took the check to the dealer, and all I had to do was sign off on my car. Stop putting all your faith in these big corporations, even in the medical industry. Stop doing that. You have to get out here, guys, and do research for yourself. You have to look this stuff up on your own. If you don't believe me that down payments are pointless, then why didn't your down payment go towards the cost of the car? Why if you buy a car for $34,000 and you gave them $5,000 down? It don't show. It don't reflect that. Or you gave them $4,000 down. You should have $30,000 left. No. When you get them a down payment, if you look at your auto statement, when you get them the down payment, all it says is the tags and title, down payment, and the loan and the interest. Who's getting that money? Who's getting that money? You know exactly who's getting that money. The dealership is getting that money. And the dealership don't need your money. For what? Why would they need your down payment? Once you are approved for a car and you pick the offer that you want, because most people go whatever bank say yes. It's just what it is. So the bank say yes. What ends up happening is you sign all the documents. The bank cut the check immediately to the dealership. They get their money. So if you bought a car for $40,000, $100,000, it don't matter. The dealership get their money immediately after you sign. In a few business days, they getting that full amount. That's why you owe the bank until you pay it off. And then they take the lien off the title. Because we all receive a title, but it has a lien on it until it's paid off. The down payment is useless. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on dealerships. Stop it. You don't have to do that. All you have to do, when you're so excited to buy a car, do not run into a dealership with your thousands of dollars for a down payment. You need to run to your laptop. You want to go and get on your laptop and look up banks and credit unions and see who you can run your credit with for auto loan. Like I said, I strongly advise you do what I did if you can, which is go through your credit union. Save you a lot of trouble. That way you just walk in the dealership. I want this car right here. And what I also, I'm talking so much, y'all. I forgot a very important detail. What I love about this is when you go through the credit union, they want to know the mileage. They want to know the year and how much the dealership is charging you for the car. I learned that. I remember I was trying to get a car and the credit union was like, that's too much. That's too much. They got to fix that. They're trying to charge too much for this car. That car is not worth that. And from that day, I lie to you not. I've always done that. I'd be like, let me call the credit union and see what this car is worth. I give them the VIN number, give them the year, give them the amount that the car's been sold for. And they do that over and over. They'll do that for you for free. Let you know what the car is worth. So I said, Dag, I was talking so much, I didn't tell you guys that very important part of this puzzle. Look, make sure you go through a credit union if you can. If not, get on your computer, because this is all the dealership's going to do. When you go in there ready to buy your car, whether it's out of necessity or if it's a luxury option for you, they're going to get on the computer and get on the internet and put your credit score in and see what bank come back with an offer. That's it. You don't need a down payment. If you needed a down payment, it's either you get in the car or you not. That's it. You don't need a down payment. They want to sell you the car just as bad as you want the car. Take your time and study. Take your time and research who has the best offer for this vehicle you want. And take your time and go through your own financial institution if you can. If you're not with a credit union, it's perfectly fine. I only recommended a credit union because they have lower interest rates than traditional banking systems. It's just what it is. However, if you're with PNC, I had got an auto loan with them. If you're with whatever other banks out there, because I'm really into the credit union more so these days for myself on both sides of my life. But I wanted to share this positive information with you guys. It's getting beautiful out here. We're going to ride and shine all summer, all 2024. People are going to be buying vehicles, and I wanted to share this information with you. You do not need a down payment to buy for a car. When you go in a dealership, tell them to assume good credit. So do you know your score? Like, what is it? 700, 750, 800? Be like, yeah, somewhere in between there. You have to be ready. You have to go in there on game, because best believe they are vultures and they're on game. It's just what it is. You do not need a down payment to get auto loan financing. You don't. You don't. You can get on your computer yourself and type in and see what banks offer auto loans. And you can apply that way and look at the offers that come back to you and pick one. That way you could just take the pre-approval in there. And if they get all snazzy and jazzy with you, then you say, well, their processing the check is up to you. I could just come back with it or go to another dealer that'll get the bank on the phone and verify that they're saying yes. It's up to you. Don't let these people harass you at the dealerships, and stop putting out so much money on these liabilities. Anything that's not making you money is a liability. This is not for my people that are renting cars on Turo or just any kind of car rental service. No, those are assets. Apparently, if you're purchasing a vehicle and you're able to use it to make money, it's considered an asset. If you're not purchasing a vehicle to make money, it's a liability. It's just what it is, and it's fine. Enjoy, spend your money. I believe that everything that we see on a physical level is temporary anyway. It don't matter. People die every day. That shows you right there. You see people all the time, and people pass away all the time. Anything that you see is only temporary. So don't hold that money to your heart. Yeah, spend it, but spend it wisely. I just wanted to put this positive message out there with you guys. And make sure that you understand that we got to make every dollar count. It's just what it is. We out here working too hard for our money, and we're trying to make every dollar count, and we're trying to get the most. As a consumer, we're trying to get the most for our money. But hey, don't believe me? Just check your auto loan statement. It don't matter what I say. Check your auto loan statement from the day you purchased up until today, if you're still paying on your car. Just check it. And see if you can see that down payment in there. You're not going to see it in there, because that money, whether it was $1,500, $4,000, $10,000, whatever it was, that money went to the dealership's pocket, along with the other money, which is whatever you bought the car for. So let's say you gave them $10,000 down and you bought a car for $60,000. The dealership got $70,000 total. They got cash from you. Then they got some more, a cashier's check from the bank that said yes to you. Man, cut the middleman out and get on your computer for yourself. Again, it's your girl, Bossalini Neek. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for your girl from Ambitious Hustlers Pod. Let's get it.